Hello. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I forgot to clear my throat. Hello, everyone. We are back with more Luigi's Mansion 2, and we should be finishing the game tonight. So, for those who were here last night, you may remember that the desync was really, really bad. I'm going to be keeping an eye on things. Zeno suggested I check... Yes, thank you, Luciman. Zeno suggested I keep an eye on the capture card and see if it's heating up. I don't know if that is necessarily going to matter, but it's just something. So I'm going to keep an eye out for the desync, and hopefully it spares me the trouble that I had last night, because last night it was like getting really bad after like 30 minutes. It was really bad. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on everything. I will say my CPU usage last night was going above 10%, which is not what it's done before. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on my CPU usage. GPU is a little harder because I have to open another app to see it. I'm going to keep an eye on the temperature, just basically any possible thing that it could be, and then just compare it next time I stream, I guess. So what I'm going to, I'm also going to say that on Thursday I am going to, fuck, I forgot we're doing Mario. Okay, so Friday I am going to rebuild OBS from scratch. I forgot we had just changed the schedule. Thursday will hopefully be Mario Party Jamboree. And then Friday, which is my day off, I'm going to rebuild OBS from scratch. And then Saturday, no matter what happens with Friday, I am going to chill. Because rebuilding OBS and getting everything set back up and then testing is going to take all fucking day. And I do not want to have to do anything Saturday. But I have a solution in mind. I have a capture card picked out. I have been able to verify that it does work with Linux. It is an Elgato one. However, it's the one that Thrice uses, and it's one that a few other people recommended, from what I saw online. Speaking of online, what the fuck has happened to Google in the past 2 years? When I originally looked up capture cards for Linux on Google, I found articles, like from actual fucking websites, on different capture cards for Linux, how they work, how good they are, and all that. I googled capture cards for Linux, like capture cards that work on Linux or whatever, best capture cards for Linux. I think that was the exact thing I searched a couple days ago. It might have actually been last night. No, it was last night. And all I got was Reddit threads, YouTube videos, and shitty websites that I have never fucking heard of before. Not even like remotely close to a website I'm familiar with. Most of which didn't answer my question. Because rather than showing me what people were saying were the best capture cards for Linux, they were just random things of people asking what the best capture cards for Linux were, or just completely unrelated things about capture cards. Like, I remember when Google was one of the most useful tools in the world, and it has gotten so much worse. And keep in mind, in 2022, when I started streaming, I used Sing Search, best capture cards for Linux. And I got the capture card that I have because of that. I had to actually give up searching through Google because I went through several pages without finding anything that was close to what I was looking for, and just ask people directly. I did find some Reddit threads that were useful talking about capture cards for Linux, which was nice. And a lot of people are recommending what Thrice has, which is... Okay, I don't remember it off the top of my head, the exact model off the top of my head, but I think it's like the Elgato HD X, something like that. I put it in my Amazon wish list so I can check later. I just don't feel like opening up, going to Amazon right now. So I have that in mind. That is my backup plan if the OBS rebuild on, I guess, Friday now doesn't go well. But the thing is, I am, given how inconsistent this has been, once I rebuild OBS, I am not going to consider this solved unless I go more than 1 week without the desync happening. I am so sorry that I have been so paranoid about this for the past month and have been almost obsessive about it. This is... Shut the fuck up. This is something that has been plaguing me, and it's been frustrating me, and I know it might be frustrating that I keep talking about it. I just really want to put this past me. I have a solution in mind. It's got to be one of two things. It's either OBS or the capture card, and Friday I will be able to determine that. At this point, I think it might actually be the capture card and something is going wrong with the encoding. Because what I see in my other monitor, if I'm not using OBS, it's not being encoded, I don't think. It's only encoded when it's actually going into OBS, because OBS has to interpret the signal and decode it. That's my very, very rudimentary understanding of how capture cards work. So, I'm going to shut up about this. I'm going to check again for the desync at 8. And then I'm not going to check again for another hour. I'm going to do my damnedest to just enjoy the game and deal with it unless the desync becomes particularly noticeable. So, I'm done talking about this. I am so sorry that I keep obsessing over this. I just really want to be done with it. So, Sean, let me read that message you said. Today I found out there's a name for something that happens to me all the time. Tell me what that is. And while you typed it out, I will also say that I have had a very bad morning. I don't want to get into it because it's political, but what I will say is I was worried about Saroshi's safety. For those who have not seen her in chat, she is my partner of 11 years. And she is safe. She was never in any danger. But things are going to be a little different for her. The most I will say, because I don't want to be talking about what she does on stream, she does help with disaster relief. And some people have been threatening relief aid workers, which would include her. So now she's going to be surrounded by essentially security detail while she works to protect her. Yep, that was in the news this morning. That made me very nervous, and I found out that she actually had been affected by it. She was not directly threatened. I will say, she was not directly threatened by anyone personally, but because she is part of that group, she had to be protected just like everyone else there. Now, another thing to note is it was the National Guard that tipped off the relief group. And if the National Guard knows, honestly, they can handle it because that's what they're trained to do. They are trained to fight threats, domestic and foreign. And these nut jobs threatening aid workers are domestic. And as much as I have very little high regard for the American military, these nut jobs are not going to last long in a fight with them. This is my long-winded way of saying fuck these guys for making me actually want to support the cops and military to protect my partner. Like, I'm actually rooting for them because they are currently the one thing that's protecting my partner. And I don't appreciate that. But she is safe. She has assured me she is safe and that she will be fine. I am doing my best to believe her. I had a really bad morning because of that, because I found all this out right when I woke up. Everything's fine now. She's back in her hotel. She's safe. And she assured me that if there was any cause for alarm, she would have said something. And on a lighter note to that, one of the people who was threatening aid workers was actually arrested. All right. So, that's enough about that. We are on the final mansion, the treacherous mansion. This massive mansion is filled with exotic exhibits created by its late globe-trotting owner. Oh, and it also contains the strongest paranormal signals ever recorded. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, I ate shortly before stream, so I'm going to be burping a bit. Front door key. The paranormal activity in this mansion is completely off the charts. Stay on your toes and start looking for the Dark Moon piece. Luigi, the final Dark Moon piece appears to be located here in the treacherous mansion. So I feel it's going to get worse. I am hoping for the best. But I'm reading the highest levels of paranormal activity ever recorded in the history of forever. No paranormal researcher worth their salt would go near the place. Yet going in there is an absolutely terrible idea. For me, you on the other hand, well, you don't really have a choice. You're the other one who can recover the final Dark Moon piece. But don't despair, son. Look on the bright side. You have a very bushy mustache. Sorry, I'm no good at pep talks. Anyway, or anywho, this here is the front door key for the treacherous mansion. Okay. That made getting into the mansion a whole lot easier, so don't go losing it. I tried to pinpoint the Dark Moon piece, but there's just too much paranormal interference in there. You have to look for it the old-fashioned way. Good luck, Luigi. You're gonna need it. Yeah, in a sec. And some big gates. Yeah, fuck, just bit my tongue. He almost lost his hat. Ugh, yawn. There's something really funny. I don't seem to have a delay at the moment, and I'm not sure how that happened. So I mentioned this before, that OBS, depending on your capture card and depending on your settings, OBS sometimes has a short delay between what you see from your capture card and what OBS will play with the audio. It's usually very minor, and in fact, you often wouldn't even know it's there unless you already knew about it. So when you become hyper aware of what OBS and the games are supposed to sound like when you're dealing with an audio desync for over a month, you begin to notice when you have that delay, and for whatever reason, I don't seem to have the delay. And we found out the name of it's called rejection sensitive dysphoria. Interesting. So what exactly does that mean? Is that like a really nasty fear of rejection? Or I have no idea what that could mean, actually. God damn it, Polterpup. Oh, that's just King Boo. It's an issue with the intensity of my emotional response to rejection, plus a tendency to interpret more things as rejection. Ah, okay. It sounds like it could actually be pretty debilitating. I'm sorry to hear you have that. In the gold. It's really bad. I am sorry. Oh, fucking yawns. Someone's on VRC. I enter a room and don't get greeted as enthusiastically as some other people do, and has a really big effect on me. Oof. Well, pop went that way. No, it's... well... it's fine. I mean, like, I started stream talking about my, what I've been dealing with all day. So, like... Gah, bad dog. That poultry pup is just sitting there, barely out of reach. If only he knew what trouble he's causing us. You happen to have a haunted doggy treat on you? Maybe you can lure him over. Sorry, I just realized how ridiculous that sounded. Guess I need to find some other way in there, son. I will say, on a more positive note, I did actually start the research for my novel earlier. I still have a lot more of a deep dive to do. But I am studying, or reading up on Norse mythology. Give me the shrooms. Polterpup, you really gotta just stop it. So with that in mind, though, of everything I've been talking about that I've been dealing with today, if I seem a little quieter tonight, that is the reason. I've just had a lot of worrying today, so... haven't really been my full self. I am feeling much better than this morning, though, and Sorrow is safe, so... that's really all I care about, is that she's safe. How do I... Ah, that's how. I see how this is gonna go. I still kind of want to get the original Luigi's Mansion on 3DS. Just to see how that is. I know it's like not supposed to be very, or as good as the original. But like, I still want to play it. It would be nice to have a portable original Luigi's Mansion, even if it is technically an inferior version. You mind? Give me that. And that. Oh! Arf arf, grr, better run from bulldog. Get in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Diamond. Yeah, he went this way to this door. I was wondering when we'd start encountering one of these guys. Okay. Hmm. Oh. God damn it, Luigi. Okay, so no, that's not gonna work. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just do. Ah, okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey.
Okay.
Oh, yellow.
Bravo, Luigi. Someone needs to put a leash in that blasted pooch. Yeah, you're pretty far from the mansion's entrance now. It'd be faster for me to bring you here than send you to the entrance. Hold on. Ah, there was another spot over there I could have looked at.
I did it. Wow. Ho, ho.
Alright. I'm going to be right back. Because there's something I forgot to do before stream that I just realized. So gonna do that. I'll be right back. All right. Just one more moment here. Penis. Thank you, Sean. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Might be a hair in my mouth, but I'm not sure. Huh? Oh, maybe not. You go to bed with Fallout New Vegas. Go eat. Don't stay up late for a video game. Eat. Go sleepy. Don't be like me. Though I've actually learned that I don't stay up as late as people do. But go to bed. You can always play it. I did have a hair in my mouth. Ha! There it is. You can always play video games tomorrow. Welcome back, youngster. Nice work hunting down that front door key. That dog really took you for a walk. Oh. That make Luigi Polterpup's pet. Now we have Polterpup. A neighbor got a doctorate at... Before I'm happy for her. Today, I mean. That's cool. Congrats to Sean's neighbor. Ha! Gotcha now, you spooky mutt. Made some adjustments to the capture mechanism so you couldn't escape this time. Though you didn't encounter as many ghosts as I thought you would. However, that was just the basement of the treacherous mansion. Who knows what the rest of this place, or the place has in store for you. Mansion looks a lot creepier than the last time I saw it. Wonder who's been redecorating. Anywho, adjust the pixelator to send you to the mansion's entrance. In the meantime, why don't you do some training in the scare scraper? You'll need to keep your skills sharp to make it through the treacherous mansion. Double trouble. I assigned a Toad assistant to take care of the valuable exhibits in the treacherous mansion. Let's find him. He might know a thing or two about the Dark Moon piece. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Paranormal readings in the treacherous mansion are getting stronger. With the periscope going bonkers like this, there's no way it'll be able to find the Dark Moon piece. I'm also a bit... Oh, sorry. I apologize. My thrussy is in pain. I gotta stop referring to it that way. Someone has been calling it that. I think it was Bell, and they've ruined me. I don't know why I said they. It was him. I'm also worried about the safety of my Toad assistant. See, the mansion contains exhibits full of artifacts from all over Evershade Valley and beyond. They're very valuable, so I sent a Toad curator to look after them. Looking at these readings, I reckon he may be in a hostile work environment. We need to help him. I have since lost the Half-Life scientist voice, and I no longer know what voice I'm doing. Besides, he might know where the ghosts are hiding the Dark Moon piece. Okay, don't drop the front door key this time, youngster. I don't know what voice I'm doing anymore, I keep losing it. I went from like a generic old man voice to something vaguely resembling the Half-Life 1 scientist, and now I don't know what I'm doing.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so we got 6 portals. On a crows. I see a pixelated screen over there. Oh. I'm left-handed, so let's go left. Did I ever tell you guys about the time in grade school when this is when I was in Catholic school, so this would have been 7th grade. The music teacher tried to make me and another lefty use our right hands for an instrument, and she got fucking pissed every time we changed our hands back. Did I tell you guys about that? Fucking hated that school. I went to Catholic school for 7th and 8th grade. I got bullied a lot because I was a new kid. And old Catholic values, pretty much. I was a better Catholic than most of the kids there, and I wasn't even Catholic. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button the second time in a row. There we go. I was fucking pressing L instead of R. Jet. Fuck it, why am I having so much trouble with this? There we go. Yeah, I mentioned it before, but I went to a Catholic school for 7th and 8th grade, and then a Catholic high school for, well, high school. Alright. I assume I need this. Alright, I probably need this in one of these other areas, so I'm gonna just leave that bucket there. Italy Catholicism isn't exactly popular where I'm from, so I went to normal school. So, not every school around Chicago is a Catholic school. In fact, that's kind of a minority as far as schools go. I went to a private school for 7th and 8th grade, but a public school from 2nd to 6th grade. I don't remember where I went to school before 2nd grade. I know for 1st grade, and I think kindergarten, I went to a Lutheran school because my grandma was Lutheran, or is Lutheran. And since she couldn't get me in a Lutheran school for 7th and 8th grade when I moved out, had to leave my public school, she settled for a Catholic school. So that's where the Tiki enemies come from, the Tiki tribe enemies come from. Learn that trick from Scare Scraper. So, like, there is an Archdiocese of Chicago and all that. But not every school around here is Catholic. There are a fair amount of Christian schools, but there's also a fair amount of public schools. It's a big city, so there's like schools all over the place. I didn't mean to hit that. Got money still there. You should rename Martin Luther and Martin Luther King to Martin Luther Cringe and Martin Luther... Cool, okay. That is true. Ah, that's how we do the thing. Fuck you. You know, when I was a kid, we got to... Okay, so... I have no idea if this is just like a false memory or not, but I swear when I was a kid, we went to one of the houses that Martin Luther King, this Martin Luther King Jr. had. Because, no, wait. Wait, was the civil rights leader, was that Martin Luther King or Martin Luther King Jr.? I'm suddenly confused. I suddenly can't remember it. Don't give me grief for this. It's been like almost 20 years since I last had to learn this. We did not cover this in college because we already knew it. Most of the history I did was much older than that. Because I know there was Martin Luther King Jr., but I can't remember which one was which. Okay, it was Jr. Okay. So Martin Luther King Jr., I swear I have a memory of going to a house in Chicago that he lived in. Now, the reason why I think that might be wrong is I may be thinking it might have been someone else's house, and for some reason I remember it being Martin Luther King Jr. Or I'm going to call him MLK Jr. because that's, yeah, his full name is too wordy. But like, I distinctly remember a memory like that. I remember a memory. Nice job, Spike. And shortly after we had that field trip, we watched an animated film. I don't know if it was made for TV or if it was made for VHS. I'm not sure. About a group of kids who also visited MLK's house. And through his watch, which the caretaker of the house keeps rewinding, they went back in time to MLK's time and learned about him. And I think accidentally set off some events that prevented the civil rights movement from being successful or something, so they had to fix history. But I can't remember anything else about the film. Other than there was a scene where the students back in school were watching real life footage from that time. And because two of the kids were in at one of the marches, there's two animated kids superimposed over live action footage of one of the real civil rights movement marches. And I have a distinct memory of that, and for the life of me, I have no idea what the film was called. I have no idea if it was released in theaters. I have no idea if it was on TV or just VHS. I don't even know if it's actually any good, but it was an educational film that we watched. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I just remembered it after not having thought about it for 20 years. Fuck is this? Something in there. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, there was something on my fingernail. Finally, fresh air. Oh, Luigi, why am I glad to see you? Terrible. Boos were chasing me all over the place. That laughter. That horrible laughter. Anyways, thanks for rescuing me. Our friend got captured too. We've got to save him. Huh? The professor didn't tell you there were two of us? I don't know why I'm surprised. He always thinks we're the same person. I wonder if he's colorblind. Luigi, let's go save my friend. Before I fainted, I overheard the Boos saying their boss finished trapping him inside a painting. Then they muttered something about the Ice Age exhibit.
Come on.
These kids would have gotten jobs at the CIA. So the fucked up thing about the film is the end result was letting him die. Because he needed to, I guess, for the civil rights movement to be successful. Which, now that I think about it, it's kind of a weird thing to suggest. Maybe that film hasn't aged well. Alright, I want to have a look at the other room.
Come on.
I want to have a look over here. Very fucked up thing to suggest he was assassinated by the CIA. Oh yeah, we been know. Oh, and this is the correct way anyways. What'd you say? What'd you say I didn't hear? I said, oh, I know. I've actually... Some class. I don't remember which one we actually covered it in college. Or maybe I read it somewhere online. I don't remember. It was not something I was taught when I was, learning about MLK Jr. as a kid. It was something I learned as an adult. Sure didn't teach you in school? No, they didn't. There's a lot of stuff I didn't learn in school. I didn't learn a lot about the not civil rights, the gay rights movement in school. I didn't learn anything about it. I didn't learn anything about gay people in school. It took me until like 5th or 6th grade to even know what what gay meant. I didn't even come out as bisexual myself until senior year of high school. Yeah, so I didn't learn... Oh. I like how he tried the doorknob even though it is a handle. It says the Ice Age exhibit. I want to see what's in these 2 rooms. I learned as an adult about what Stonewall riots were. And like, that's something that I should have learned. As a queer person, that's something that I should have learned. And I didn't even learn that until I was, until like a couple of years ago, actually. That's something that every queer person should know. And it's a crying shame that it's not more well known. Let me rephrase that. It's a crying shame that it's not more widely taught. Because I think there's a lot of people, especially young queers, who don't even know what it is or what it means. I'm glad that's supposedly starting to change. I hope they teach about Stonewall in school someday. So I do know that at least in the US, some, I don't remember if it was universities or high schools, are starting to teach LGBT history. And there was some obvious pushback from the usual crowd. But hopefully that changes. And I honestly, I wouldn't mind just looking up a course in queer history and learning it myself, just because it's stuff that I should know that I don't. So it was never taught. The crowd that also didn't want Black history to be taught. Oh yeah, that's also a semi-recent thing because they consider... It was just a fish, you dumbass! They consider Black History Month to be too woke. Which is the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life. Ah, okay, that's how I do that. Okay. Everyone is saying everything they don't like is woke. Like metaphor being called woke to being about fantasy politics and racism. Yeah, from fucking Atlas of all people who are usually unsubtle about it.
Oh. Hello.
They really mean is that people learn about black history, i.e. history they may think once or twice before being racist dipshits. Which of course would be terrible for the conservative movement, they need new recruits. Pretty much. You nailed it on the head. Get out of my way, dipshit. We got the bottom floor exhibits open. So now we get to see what's down the other hallway. Or even Dead Rising remake since they changed the Chinese stereotype into something not as such.
Come on.
Conservatives are really mad that kids are being taught about civil rights in school is a good thing. Yeah. Knowing at the same time funny and this lets me know what kind of person they truly are. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go back to previous hallway. Because now that I know how to deal with the gargoyles. I mean, like, I used to unfortunately engage with people like that on Facebook just so I could make fun of them, but it's so much more satisfying to just block them. Because then I don't have to see it anymore. I don't have to think about it. I can just forget the person exists. Remember, kids, blocking is cool and fun, and also very healthy. That was not worth it.
Hey.
He's literally right there.
Come on.
That was an interesting noise.
Come on.
Oh, hang on. Now we're in no desync. Yeah. Actually, reminds me. Yeah, capture card does not seem like it's any hotter than it should be. Seems normal at the moment. Ew.
Come on.
This room's not listed as cleared. Is that not a mirror?
Come on.
You know, something that makes me really happy? Seeing concern trolling not work. I'm actually not sure what that is. Oh my god, he's taking a shit. Oh, right into the sink. Luigi. There we go.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Ah, I see. I see, Sean.
Huh?
Oh, my toe. Control is when your position on something is so utterly rotten that you have to pretend your reasons are somehow altruistic. Ah, okay. Dumbasses. It's a way of derailing conversations about issues by crying about how merely having the conversation could lead to disaster.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Alright, so clearly there's something we need to bring through these portals into the, ice room. Alright, so we need the bucket of water. The bucket of water. That doesn't work when it's bucket.
Come on. Come on.
Basically, it's when you pretend to care about a cause while pushing against it at every turn. Ah, okay. Also, I saw some logs
Come on.
in the plant room. Alright, I gotta say, there's something really cute about the way Luigi says come on to the toe. It's just, come on. Very cute. Luigi is a goober. Oh. I will take that and put it in my pocket. I don't think I need the bucket anymore.
Hey. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Like, imagine if someone said that when queer history would be more known about, but also said that teaching about Stonewall in school would just be too heavy for the precious children, so you gotta wait until they're in college to bring it up. That, okay, that is... that. I understand now.
Come on.
I have definitely seen arguments like that before.
Come on.
Ah, full health.
Oh. Yellow.
Hey, young fella, how's it going up there? I haven't been checking in on you because I've been looking for the Dark One piece, of course. Anywho, have you found that blasted toad yet? Once you do, send him through the pixelator screen in the inner courtyard.
Oh yeah. Come on. Come on.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to do that.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Yellow.
Hey there, Sonny. Have you reached the inner courtyard yet? Pixelator screen is above it, so you need to find a way to get up there.
Ow.
The Boo. Boopa Troopa reporting for duty. The Boo armies are here, so you might as well surrender. There's another one of you guys? Goddamn. Oh, damn it. I didn't even realize I grabbed onto him. Camera. There we go. There we go.
I do it. Huh. Oh. Oh.
Get that hydrate in a moment, loser man. Let me just get up top here.
Huh.
All right.
Here you go. Bye-bye. Oh. Oh. Yellow.
Luigi, I guess I wasn't paying attention to what was going on up there. When two toads showed up here instead of just one, I panicked. Thought a ghost had managed to sneak in with a toad, so I walloped him on the nose. Oh, silly me. You'll heal up eventually. Anywho, let me bring you back.
Ow.
Egad, that is assault and battery.
Yes. Ho, ho. I did it. Wow. Ho, ho.
Two-star. Ooh, what about? Oh, that's a yawn. I knew I could count on you, kiddo. You're just so dependable. Clumsy and sluggish, but dependable. But I'm one to talk. I totally forgot there were two toads in the treacherous mansion. Well, I was so busy thinking about my research that I forget minor details. I'm glad that the toad curators are safe and sound. Although, I suppose this means I'll have to give them their paychecks now. Anywho, when I asked those two about the Dark Moon piece, they had no idea what I was talking about. But they did mention that there's been a lot of action on the second floor of the treacherous mansion. We brought a security image with them. Wonder what secrets it will reveal. train to catch. The Toad curators brought a security camera image back with them. Maybe it'll give us some clues about the next Dark Moon piece. Luigi, there's something funky going on with the security image, but I think I've fixed it. Yep, this thing is hot off the press. No, the security image has been taken so recently. Let's take a gander.
Mario?
It's the same old bag those boos have been carrying around this whole time. Wait a minute. Yowzer, that's your brother Mario. How did he get captured? This is downright awful. That's a regular boo. Could that be? What in tarnation? King Boo, the master of illusions. He's been the one pulling the strings the whole time. Yeah, you think? And he somehow managed to capture your brother. Unbelievable. That fiend thinks we're just going to sit by and... Eureka! The periscope has found a huge signal in the train exhibit. You've seen it in security images. Wherever King Boo goes, he takes Mario's painting with him. You've got to get to that train exhibit and rescue your brother. Perhaps Mario can help us defeat King Boo and restore the Dark Moon. Here, take this makeshift rotor. It'll let you turn that huge staircase that arose from the ground. Look lively, Luigi. Your brother needs you. Geeky out anti-union confirmed. Him and Toad up. So, you ever get that thing where when you eat food, and I yawned, I wasn't done. You ever get that thing when you eat food, and then when you burp, you can taste the food? I had some toast with artichoke bruschetta on it. And every time I burp now, I taste the bruschetta. It's pretty good. It wasn't as satisfying as I wanted it to be. And I could have had a bigger meal, but I just didn't have an appetite today. I didn't mean to skip that.
Oh, yellow.
Hot dog! That's one nifty stairway. Now head to the train exhibit. I genuinely didn't mean to skip that. What, bruschetta is not pronounced like that? Wait, how's it pronounced? I've just been pronouncing it the way my dad pronounces it. Who isn't necessarily the best person to go to for pronunciations, but still. You may pronounce bruschetta or bruschetta, both are correct. Okay. See, you say that, Sean, but prosciutto is also Italian, and that is not pronounced prosciutto. Why? Prosciutto is pronounced different. Oh, I didn't realize it was spelled that way. I can't do anything about that from here. So I have to go through... Ooh, coins. Listen, I didn't know how it was spelled off the top of my head. Ah, okay. So this is a fluent speaker. Italian is a very strict and consistent language.
Haha. Oh yeah, got it. Wow! Oh. 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 Hello? Oh. Oh. Hello? Oh. Oh. Oh.
Bitch.
Oh. Oh. Yellow.
Plastic ghost, the passage in the bookshelf won't open without the book he took. Periscope doesn't work well in that mansion, but I'll try to find him. Wait a second. Come on, you brilliantly designed junk. Bingo! Seems to be somewhere on this floor. On the west side. I know, not very precise, but better than nothing. Start searching while I keep trying. There's no weird exception to rules like there are in English. There's only one way of pronouncing words aside from which syllable you put the emphasis on. Okay. Some with Japanese? True. I took Japanese at one point. It was during my first go at college. And I don't remember much of it. I still want to learn Japanese at the very least. It would let me save some money on games, because even with import fees, getting games from Japan is cheaper than getting them anywhere else. And I actually have a couple people who would probably be okay with practicing with me, and one of them is my bestie, Kohai. Kohai and someone else in my relationship with Sorrow. Come here. Guys, I mentioned before that I am polyamorous, because obviously I mentioned the two partners. Sorrow is also polyamorous, as is my other partner. Though all of our partners are not necessarily dating each other. Like Oto-san brother and Oto-san uncle, and only by saying the O part longer. I probably butchered that pronunciation just now. It's been a long time since I done any Japanese pronunciation. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? I like the music cutting out. Yes, I believe brother is on Nissan.
Oh yeah. Ah.
Book.
Oh.
Yeah, that book's gonna have to sit there for right now. Sinus or brother, big brother, and Sinus or little brother, something like that. I don't remember. It's been like about 10 years since I last learned Japanese. Kohai were here, he'd know, but he's celebrating Thanksgiving right now. Speaking of Kohai, there's a chance in the near future I'll be doing some sort of collab with him. But nothing's set in stone yet. I might be slightly acoustic about languages. And yeah, though, Chan can be used for an older sibling as a term of endearment or to belittle them as well. Kiryu-chan! There we go. Yeah. It's also a Nikki. Yeah. That one I know from Yakuza. Bound.
Hey, hey.
Gib.
I do it.
I remember this post where someone told a story about a friend of theirs who was learning Japanese and played a lot of Like a Dragon. You can say Anichan as well, Lamau, and I think there's also Ototo-chan too, which can be used for when talking about younger siblings, but not to them if the one speaking is an older sibling. Japanese is fucking complicated. True.
Haha. Wow.
Even more so when you go into the business work language. At some point, this friend got called on to speak Japanese during class, and after he was done, the teacher said your pronunciation was very good, but you might want to consider watching fewer movies about the Yakuza because you sound like a criminal. Holy shit. And just hear how the guy must have sounded exactly like Ichiban. Just literally one-to-one Ichiban, who I have not actually met yet, because I'm still on Yakuza 3.
Ho ho. I do it. Oh, ow. Oh.
Holy shit. I understand. Alright, that book I'll worry about in a moment. Where is the bucket? There's the bucket. And he's got a pretty heavy delinquent accent going. It's where you roll your R's a lot. Maybe Majima talks that way too, I don't remember. I haven't seen Majima a whole lot in Yakuza 3. So it's been a while. I haven't really been paying attention to the pronunciation of things. Probably as much as I should. Just because I don't really know what they're saying in the first place. Because again, it's been 10 years since I last learned Japanese. So I'm not sure why that hallway isn't clear. Come here, you. Bitch! Give me the dosh. I picked a few things up just watching anime, especially One Piece. One Piece taught me the words for water and meat.
Oh, yellow.
Watching one anime sounds like too little exercise. Let me remind you, it's over 1,000 episodes. Oh, I'm fully aware. It's, I think, the longest running single anime series of all time. And I distinctly remember a point where, like, a few years ago, I think this was like 2016, 2017 or something, the manga was only 60% done by that point. I think by this point in the anime and the manga, there's been like a time skip or something, because in one of the recent pictures I've seen from, I'd say recent, but it was also from a couple years ago, Luffy had a long white beard. So I don't know what happened. I did watch One Piece very briefly. I've seen the 4Kids dub when I was a kid, and I watched the Funimation dub in high school, but I didn't get very far in the Funimation dub. I don't really remember too much. I wouldn't mind giving it another shot, but I don't think I want to sit down through a 1,000 episode anime yet. Luigi, what did you see? Any signs of Mario? Criminy, you must be wondering how to get inside there, eh? Don't you worry, I've got an idea of percolating. Bringing you back, hold on tight. No, that beard is fake, he's wearing a disguise. Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
I thought it was a time skip. That's funny. There was a time skip, but it was only 2 years. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really watch much anime when I was a kid. I watched Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! On Kids WB. And then when I stopped watching Kids WB and moved to Cartoon Network almost completely, I watched... I think it was Zatch Bell. I've seen a little bit of Cardcaptor Sakura and Sailor Moon as well, but I barely remember them. And then when 4Kids, or when Foxbox became 4Kids TV, I watched Sonic X. And that version of One Piece. And the F-Zero anime. And then I didn't watch anime again until high school when I found Funimation. I started watching Spice and Wolf and a little bit of One Piece. I picked a random point to start in One Piece with the Funimation dub. The only thing I can remember is they had reached this point where there was a series of islands. It wasn't really an archipelago, it was just a series of islands. One island had the dude that shot bullets from I think it was a trumpet. Might have been a saxophone. And he had like an old conductor wig, like a giant conductor wig, and he was kind of like triangular shaped. And then sometime after that, they went to this one island where they met Tony Chopper and the doctor that's over like 100 years old. And Luffy had to climb an absurdly tall mountain with all of his friends on his back. And his hands are literally bleeding as he's climbing the mountain trying to get to the top where the doctor is. That, I think I watched a little after that as well. But that's all I remember. As an adult, I haven't watched as much anime. I've seen all of Spice and Wolf, I've seen all of Hellsing Ultimate, I've seen all of the original Fullmetal Alchemist, and I've seen all of High School of the Dead. I want to watch the rest of Trigun because I've seen like half of Trigun. I want to watch Panty and Stocking. And Xeno got me into Blue Exorcist at one point that I really would like to finish that. And when I first got my Crunchyroll subscription, I was watching a little bit of Do-Ra-Ra-Ra. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but I know it's not pronounced Do-Ra-Ra-Ra. Just, I would sound like a fucking tourist if I said it that way. And I've been told that I really should watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood since it is technically the better anime. It's also more accurate to the manga, which I actually didn't like some of the changes from the early bits of the manga to the anime. Or rather, I did like some of the changes from the early bits of the manga to the early bits of the first anime, because I think they handle things a little better early on in the anime, but I don't have the manga or Brotherhood to compare it to, because I only read the first volume of the manga, and I didn't watch it. I only watched the first episode of Brotherhood. But yes, I really should watch FMA Brotherhood. I also want to watch Assassination Classroom, because I know a few people who really like that. And I remember there was a brief period where everybody was obsessed with Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-en, which I believe was a shorter anime. It was only a few episodes. I'll get caught up in chat since I've been yapping for a bit. The main design differences for Luffy after the time skip is the big cross scar on his chest and the fact that he now wears a long sleeve unbuttoned shirt instead of a tank top. Zoro lost an eye, and I don't remember if they even say what the hell happened. So early on, the anime was still 4-3 then. Right. Recommend watching the OG anime until after you watch the history stuff. Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 just sort of made up its own story as it went. Once you get past the brother's history, then you can just go to Brotherhood. Okay. I see. Yeah, I definitely want to watch more anime. I have been slapped with the Weeb label before because of how many Japanese games I play, but I actually don't watch as much anime as you'd think. Chat, what's your favorite anime? Mine flip-flops between Spice and Wolf and Hellsing Ultimate, depending on my mood. I will say, I despise romance media, especially heterosexual romance media, because I think it's usually really hard to even give a damn about the couple. I adore Spice and Wolf. For a straight romance anime, it's amazing. I love the chemistry between Holo and Craft Lawrence. I love the voice acting, the Funimation dub. I thought it was a really, really good dub. I love the story. I love the writing. I even like them. I've even read the manga, and I'm tempted to read the light novels as well. And there's also they're technically VR games on Switch where you just hang out with Holo and Lawrence. I do know that the anime never got to the point where you actually get to meet Holo and Lawrence's daughter, which I think was only in the light novels and maybe towards the end of the manga. Because by that point it becomes Wolf and Parchment, which is when they settle down. And Lawrence has a demigod as a daughter. Let's say Cowboy Bebop. That's one I need to watch. I love and loathe One Piece at the same time. It's a beast that won't let go of me, and I'm in too deep to abandon it. I've been there. For straight romance, I would go with Spice and Wolf and My Love Story. I've never heard of that. But yeah, like almost anyone who watches anime, if you mention Spice and Wolf, they'll just get like activated. I know so many people who love Spice and Wolf. Which should go to show how good of a romance anime it is. If that so many people love Spice and Wolf. Like, Zeno doesn't give a rat's ass about romance and almost anything, and he loves Spice and Wolf. He's not even queer, so he doesn't even dislike romance anime the same way I do. Other than the Beast, I think I'd go with JoJo. JoJo's another one on my list. Mainly My Love Story is a romance between a big guy who most people find intimidating and a cute girl. That already sounds more interesting than like 90% of the romance anime out there. Oh, I also kind of want to watch Yuri on Ice. I think everybody has kind of stopped caring about it by now. I think it also ended. But like, that was a gay anime that wasn't just stereotypes, so I really want to watch that. Oh. Seika! Oh my goodness, Seika! Welcome on in. We were just talking about anime. Chat, Raiders, what's your favorite anime? We were talking about that. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd still be playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. How was it? How was the game? Well, Raiders, if you don't know who I am the one and only Dapper Dragon. Tonight we're streaming Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, and we're actually nearly done with the game. We were just talking about anime because we got on the subject of it. So there's just how different parts 1 and 2 of JoJo are compared to the rest. Yeah, well, from what little I've seen. Let's take I hope you had a good rest of stream, and if you need to do your after stream care, by all means go ahead and do it. Speaking of, I have one thing to do. No desync tonight, so I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. Amaro K, thank you for the follow, and Corbin, thank you for the follow.
Great.
Yeah, so for those who are just tuning in, I've been dealing with the desync for the past month. I am going to go the nuclear route, and I'm just going to rebuild OBS on Friday. And if that doesn't fix it, I know for a fact it's the capture card. Because if it's not OBS, it has to be the capture card. And I do have a new capture card in mind. I just have to hold out until I can afford it. Or hope that the OBS rebuild actually fixes it. Which I'm doubting now. That Yoshi, yes. Though, I will say, come December, I am going to be getting a model. Towards the end of December. So, we might not see the Fat Yoshi for, that much longer, all things considered. Part 3 is the one that introduces stands, and the entire formula just changes. And that's not to say that parts 1 and 2 are bad. Part 1 is definitely the least entertaining, but it's good. I will decide that for myself. What about in Discord calls? Oh, so do the Fat Yoshi in Discord calls. At least until I get a PNG tuber. The priority is the model and then a proper PNG tuber. But also have the Fat Yoshi as an option if people want to see the Fat Yoshi. Of course, he'll always live on as an emote and a GIF. Chin up, young feller. We'll get your brother back. Although, I imagine his painting would fetch a pretty penny at an art auction. Oh, just kidding, my boy. I forget if there's a possessor for this mansion. Yeah, did you happen to see that tiny camera inside the miniature model of the train exhibit? Might be able to route the pixelator to it and send you in. Of course, it's incredibly dangerous. Never tried pixelating anything with such a small camera. But it's as they say, fortune favors the old. And I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't think anyone says that. Shit, I missed it. Huh? I thought there were 5 missions here. Luigi, King Boo is in the train exhibit. Let's strike now while we have the element of surprise. Get in there, defeat King Boo, and rescue Mario. But there's a Boo. Huh? Oh, hey there, Luigi. Well, it wasn't easy, but I got it done. Managed to route the pixelator to the mini camera inside of that train exhibit. The periscope is still picking up that huge paranormal signal. It's got to be King Boo. Yeah, I really should go to bed now. Okay, good night, Sean. Have a good eep. The signal isn't moving, so I suspect he's up to something major, and probably evil in there. Which makes it the perfect time for us to strike. If we can surprise him, he won't have time to react. And with the mini camera right there, he'll never see you coming. You ready, son? This is it. Get in there and rescue Mario. While you're at it, capture King Boo. This is a golden opportunity. Good luck, Luigi. I keep losing the EGAD voice. I have been trying to do a Half-Life 1 scientist impression for EGAD, and my voice keeps slipping into other voices, and I hate it. I can't keep it consistent. Have fun and remember Luigi and King Boo need to kiss. Like, yo, what that tongue do?
Huh?
Ah, there we go. That tongue fucks Luigi up, that's what it do. Okay. Okay. I got it. Stretch. Okay. Alright, one moment. I may not be the king, but I sure am big. Big enough to crush you. Ah, I forgot about that. Alright. Y'all get a free stretch. Because I think I just stretched twice. Hydrate. Oh, I barely tucked into this. And no shrimping. Ow. Oh, fuck. Oh, now I remember how this goes. Okay. Yes, thank you for doing it each boo one by one. That makes it go by very quickly. Okay, should not have done that. Would have worked in the first game. Oh, come on. I'm still shrimping. What? Oh my god. Bear with me, guys. This boo is not cooperating. I think I need him to hit the train or something. Or now he's finally doing that. God. Okay, I do. There we go. Oh, that almost missed. Oh my god. This game really enjoys being tedious. What? It should have hit the one that was open. What the fuck? That's not the one I was aiming at. That is such bullshit. And now we gotta wait for him to actually hit the train or something. Because, you know, this game just can't make it get to the point. Oh, thank God that actually hit. Oh my god, Luigi, why were you doing it at an angle? I was holding completely back. Oh my god. Isn't this fucking great? I can only do it from very specific angles. Because this boo is insisting on hitting the edge every single time. Oh, thank God that actually hit.
Oh yeah.
I am looking literally right at the boo. What the fuck? Oh my God. That is actual bullshit. It literally hit the spot that's open. Holy shit. There we go.
Ho ho. Oh, yellow.
Luigi, that was definitely not King Boo. We tried to ambush him, but we ended up getting ambushed ourselves. You seem to be fine. Nice work, son. Son of Mario, eh? Don't you worry. We'll find him. Hold on. I'll try to get you out of there.
Oh, phew. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Luigi is a very silly person. Luigi is an absolute goober. Luigi, are you okay, youngster?
Phew. Oh. Aha.
Can't believe King Boo pulled a fast one on us like that. I should have known. You probably staged a security image to lure you there. Just like I told you, eh, Luigi? Boos always spell trouble, especially when they gang up. Those boos won't be bothering us anytime soon. You're still trapped in that train when I brought you back. But I made a quick tweak to the pixelator and sent them all down to the vault. Heh, suckers. King Boo is still out there, and this won't end until we defeat him. Wonder how he escaped from his portrait in the first place. Maybe I shouldn't have sold it at that garage sale. Heh, anywho. Oh my god, egad. Take a breather, young feller, but make it quick. Your brother is counting on you. Paranormal chaos. Getting strange paranormal readings on the terrace. We'd better send you in to inspect that place. Luigi, I can't tell if this is good news or bad news, but after you defeated Big Boo, the periscope detected a radical new signal. It indicates something I've never seen before. A distortion in the very fabric of our dimension. To put it simply, a portal, Luigi. A paranormal portal on the terrace. I wager that the final Dark Moon piece is hidden beyond that portal. That's why we haven't found it. I bet my glasses that you'll find Mario's painting and King Boo in there too. Now, entering a paranormal portal is extremely dangerous, but Luigi, we don't have a choice. Careful, young feller. Future of Evershade Valley is in your hands.
Whoa. Phew. Hello.
Criminy! Paranormal levels just shot through the roof. This is really serious, Luigi. But we'll have to wait. We don't release the paranormality, our dimension could collapse upon itself. I'll update your map with the ghost locations. Look lively, youngster. Okay. Dimension collapse and he'll have to wait. I need to get some coins. Yeah, it's both of the portal rooms. I suppose I might as well just go from one of these floors. Nearly done with the game. I seem to remember the King Boo fight isn't all that bad.
Oh yeah.
Got him. Give me that. All right. Let's see. There we go. Excuse me. Come here, you. Come on. I do it.
Oh yeah.
The extra torch is gone. Back to the terrace. I think it would have been fast if I just walked out from the Egyptian room. Not the Egyptian room, the desert room. The tomb room, whatever the fuck. Ow, come on. Yeah, it's really great that my hearts keep falling off the fucking edge there. Real fucking nice. Could die if I'm not careful. There we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Jesus Christ! Why do there have to be so many?
Yellow.
Luigi, you've done it again. You're a ghost-catching artist, son. And Poltergust 5000 is your paintbrush. Which, by the way, must be jam-packed with ghosts. Let's unload it before you go through that creepy portal. Oh my god, there was so many ghosts.
I did it.
Lost 205 health. And somehow that was still 2-star. Phew, I wasn't sure you were going to make it, youngster. It may have been your toughest challenge so far. Great job capturing those ghosts. King Boo must have flipped out when we defeated Big Boo, so he sent a horde of ghosts to stop us. By doing so, he showed us exactly how to get to him. Oh, that's right, Sonny. It's a very normal portal. It's still open, but we've got to hurry. Who knows when he'll close it? King Boo, wherever you are, your days are numbered. Ho ho. Right, Luigi. And Sorrow playing Fortnite. Portal on the terrace is still open, but we've got to hurry. Button up those overalls, my boy. It's time to battle. This is it, Luigi. It all comes down to this. All paths seem to be pointing toward that mysterious portal on the terrace. Periscope can't find the Dark Moon piece anywhere. There's no place left for it to be. Same goes for King Boo. Must be beyond the portal. Still furious that he captured all the ghosts he sent through it. Last but not least, your brother Mario. King Boo must have taken him through the portal too. So as I said, this is it. The moment of truth. Look, Luigi, if you don't ever come back, just know that I'm very proud of you, my boy. Very proud. Good luck, youngster. So I don't remember how this fight goes. Because it's been a very long time since I last played this game in its entirety. I see. Fuck you. Oh my god, no! Why is this arena so big? Alright. I don't think going all the way makes a difference other than possibly giving me more hearts. Alright, so now I gotta get all three of them at the same time. Is that close enough? No.
Uh-oh. No. Oh.
No! Oh my god, what the hell? I didn't want to suck up the carpet there. Never mind, we're good. No, we're not. Get on the carpet, dude. Get on the carpet. I like how they're the wrong color. Okay, I could have sworn this was going to be a King Boo fight. Also, ow. I didn't chip my nails.
Oh yeah. I did it. Oh. Oh. Yellow.
You've done it, my boy. You've actually done it. Final Dark Moon piece. It's not going to be easy, but I'll try to bring you out of that horrible illusion. Come on, Pixelator. This one is crucial, baby. Don't fail me now. Okay. That's what happens. Now what do we have here? Why, if it isn't my old pal Luigi? Or is it baby Luigi? I can't tell the difference. Hey, remember that time you trapped me in a painting for all eternity? Good times. But guess what? I got out. And now I'm painting the town red. Yes, it was I who broke the dark mood. This power-enhancing jewel crown of mine made it easy. And now that all the ghosts of Evershade Valley are under my control, it's time to take my rightful place as the supreme ruler of your world. You, that annoying scientist, and all your friends will look great hanging on the wall of my throne room. That's something to check something. Okay, so I can't suck them up like that. All right. That's how you do it. Okay. Excuse me. Oh my god, he's caught a marine. Everything's fine. It is an amazing emote. Alright, sorry. One moment, guys. Alright. Just wanted to check after what I went through last night, and yeah, there's just no desync right now. I don't fucking understand this thing. I think he escapes like twice, and then the third time you can actually beat him. Alright, King Boob. Everything's fine. There we go. So all things considered, it's actually a really easy final boss. And that's Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Oh. Ho, ho.
We're just gonna end after the credits.
I did it. Oh. 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 Yoo-hoo. Mario. Whoa. Mario. Ooh.
ウド、ゲール、ポエ、発砲、ゲール、スー、スクスク、チャッチャチャッチャチャッチャ、オムガ、ボー、
I got it. Ho ho.
チャッチャチャッチャ。
Yes. What? Whoa. Mario? Oh.
Ah, Luigi, you saved Mario.
I did it.
Way to go.
Oh.
Number 1.
オロロ、ウド、パンパン。
Ah. Oh, shoot. Oh. Oh.
And there's the Dark Moon back in the sky.
Oh. Oh.
ウィン。発砲。
Huh? Woo. What?
ウィン、ウド、パンパン。
So yeah, the ghosts were never really evil. It was the Dark Moon that was keeping them passive. Oh, and Polterpup looks so sad.
Huh? Come here, doggy. Oh. Oh.
ルイージ。
Thanks, my bro.
Thanks, Mario. Oh. Oh. Huh. Oh. Okay. Oh, nice. I did it.
What's that drink he got?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Puppy. Aw. Based on the work of the development team from the original Nintendo 3DS version. Okay. So that's it for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. So I do not really remember the original game all too well, because it was a long time ago when I played it, and I only played it the one time and didn't even bother 100%ing it. I think this works better as a 3DS game, just because the technology difference between the 3DS and the Switch, you really truly see the limitations of the 3DS on display. The rooms are a lot emptier, they're a lot less detailed and whatnot. And you can tell there's a lot of moments where they're just making excuses to use the 3D. I think the bigger problem, though, is the mission structure really hurting the exploration. Because it doesn't really get to you don't really get to feel like you're actually exploring the mansions because of how limited the missions are. So there's no real sense of progression. And on the later missions in the mansions, if you explore previous rooms from the earlier missions, you don't really get any rewards out of it, aside from maybe getting some gems you missed and catching the boo. And then there's just a lot of moments in the game that are tedious because they make you go back and forth between the mansions for literally no reason. And most of the bosses are just waiting for an opening, which is not the most engaging or enticing gameplay. Granted, with Luigi's Mansion style of gameplay, there's not really a better way of doing it, but still. Overall, I think this is a good game and is worth playing once. Maybe a second time if you play the original and want a more HD version. But the first game is better and the third game is better. Also, now that I've said all that, I'm going to add this to my notes. Give me a moment. For those who are new here, I keep notes on every game I've beaten. Welcome back, Lizard Man. However, now that we've finished Luigi's Mansion 3, or 2, we get to play the cool game of this marathon, which is Luigi's Mansion 3. Which will be starting tomorrow. Which I'm looking forward to. Because I've not played Luigi's Mansion 3 since I beat it in 2019. And as I've explained before, I didn't really have the best experience with it in 2019 because my Switch had non-functional fans at the time, so I had to play it in short bursts. I can only play it for like an hour at a time. Otherwise my Switch would overheat. So I'm really looking forward to being able to play it for several hours at a time. And then after Luigi's Mansion 3, we're entering the final game of the marathon, which is, what is it? At least the Developer's Cut, which is a really cool looking Resident Evil 1 inspired game. And as for the rest of the week, Tuesday will be Luigi's Mansion 3, Wednesday will be Luigi's Mansion 3 as well. Thursday, not Saturday, will be Mario Party Jamboree, assuming my copy arrives in time. If it doesn't, we'll have to wing it. Friday will be the first backup, and if it doesn't arrive Friday, we're going to do something else. So, with that in mind, assuming it arrives Thursday, Mario Party Jamboree will be on Thursday. I won't stream Friday or Saturday. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be rebuilding OBS from scratch on Friday and spending the rest of the day fixing everything if I need to. And then Saturday is going to be a rest day for me. I am not going to even think about stream. And Sunday will be Kodelka. We might be finishing Kodelka. I don't know. Lily made it sound like that we should be close to finishing it. But we'll see. So, speaking of, Thursday we'll be joined by Thrice Talon, my friend again. He may even be streaming his end of it this time. So, Thursday I'll be joined by Thrice, and Sunday I'll be joined by Lily. But for now, that is it for stream. I will see you all tomorrow. We're gonna find a lovely bean to raid. Alright. Let's see here. One last yawn for y'all. Let's see here. You know, I don't remember the last time we raided Spirited Spider. He is streaming Signalis, however you pronounce it. And that is a game I would not mind watching again. I have not seen it since I beat it in 2023. Which I now realize was last year, so I could have just said last year, but whatever. Alright. So that is it for tonight's stream. If you would like to wait a minute. Alright. If you want to hang out after stream, I have a Discord. If you want to keep up with my bullshit and other updates, I have a Twitter and a Blue Sky. If you ever miss a stream, I have a VOD channel on YouTube, and if you want to get me something nice, I do have a Throne. And if you would like to join in on the raid message is the same as always. Dapper Dragon Raid. You can copy that raid message. You can use whatever emotes you want as long as you copy the raid message. That's all I care about. And I will see you all tomorrow. Good evening and good night. Bye.